It's a new pen day, and this is the Luxury 80 Days Around the World fountain pen. The pen came wrapped in tissue paper, inside a plastic sleeve, inside of a foam wrapping, and inside of a bubble wrap mailing envelope. My first impressions were favorable. The pen has a nice weight in hand. I was expecting a plastic barrel, so that doesn't disappoint me. The cap engravings, while not the most detailed or elaborate, are okay. I like the ship etching on the side of the cap. And the rest of the engravings resemble ocean waves. The engraving on the cap band actually says Montblanc Meisterstück. The fairly springy clip has a spade design inset into the bottom of the clip. I don't have a Montblanc and don't know that much about the original 80 Days Around the World pens. I did enough research to know that there was a series of those pens and that they all had the inset design of one of the four suits or symbols that are found on a deck of playing cards. And yes, the pen does have the snowflake emblem on the cap finial. Around the cap finial is engraved 80 and 18 days. And there is a silver tone metal cigar shaped end finial, and this is a cartridge converter pen. The cap removes in 1 1/4 turns. And we see here that the cap edge tapers down so that what could have been a very sharp edge is now a tolerable edge. The inside of the cap appears to be brass. There is no lining. There is a ledge milled into the cap. Whether that will keep the nib from drying out, only time will tell. The cap is definitely the heaviest part or component of this pen. Then we see a small, maybe number 5 size steel nib with a plastic feed and some fragile looking fins. The nib is engraved with some scroll work, the date 1810, and the Montblanc snowflake emblem. Below that is engraved 14K Montblanc 535. Uncapped, this is a fairly small pen with a small grip section, but adequate. The grip section has this silver band at the nib end, which flares out and performs the function of a finger stop. The grip section also has a silver band right before the threads, and that silver band is actually part of the thread assembly for the barrel. The cap does post. both deeply and securely. And while having the cap posted does back weight the pen's uncapped length and weight makes it preferable to be written with while the cap is posted, which is not true of most of my pens. The pen body is made of brass or aluminum covered with plastic. So you have metal on metal threads. And the threads work smoothly. And although there isn't an O-ring at the section, the closure is tight with no play in the components. Now we see a completely plastic converter, which has the branding Montblanc. The converter is a push-in type, so nothing special here. So I will give the pen a good cleaning, ink it up, and we will see how it writes. The nib experienced a hard start there on the capital letter A, which may mean that it has a slight baby's bottom issue, but otherwise the nib is very smooth and puts plenty of ink on the page. I am using my favorite ink, Birmingham Pen Company's Jade Inferno, which I consider to be my most lubricating ink. There's that pesky letter A hard starting problem again. I'm fairly happy with my purchase of this pen, except for the occasional hard start. The pen writes really well and is an attractive looking pen. The only reason I bought the pen was because of some photos of one of the many variations of this pen that was shown on a Facebook group. I idly turned to the comment section and immediately saw that Shack MD said that this pen writes well too. That was enough of a recommendation for me, and it piqued my interest. Plus, the pen was only $24.36 from Aliexpress. So if it hadn't worked out, it wouldn't be a big loss. And I'm well aware that this pen is not a substitute for a real Montblanc pen. Thank you for watching.